Hello makers and welcome back to Making with Miss Dobras. Look at these cool geometric shapes I'm holding. These are origami. This is an origami icosahedron and this is an origami octahedron and this is an origami hexahedron, or better known as a cube. And before we can start learning really cool origami like this, we need to start with some basic stuff. First things first, we're going to start easy and we're going to make cute little origami kitten and an origami puppy dog. All right, so that'll be really fun. And our next day, we're going to learn how to make origami hearts. And I'm going to show you a different version, two versions, an easier version and a more advanced version. And this is with real origami paper. And origami hearts are great. Anytime you need to make a card for someone you love, you can make an origami heart. And then finally, we're going to top off the week with we're going to make a bunch of these units, and we are going to glue them together, and we are going to make a pencil holder. And that's going to be really cool. We're going to keep going and make a hexagon out of these, and we're going to fold these and glue them together, and then we will be able to put our pencils in here. All right? So lots to do this week, so let's get started. For origami, what you need mostly is square paper. So you can use any square paper. Now this is origami paper, and if you have some origami paper, this is a good week to get out your origami paper. Origami paper is square paper. It's about 6 inches by 6 inches, and it's thinner paper than your normal paper, and it is meant for folding. Now if you don't have origami paper, then you need to make some square paper, and you can do that using any paper. Now you can use white paper, or if you have different colored paper, this is the time to bring out that colored paper. And I'll show you how to make a square with that, and you can just make a square with that. And then finally, sometimes I like to use little Post-its. These are actually Post-its that don't have the sticky on them. These are little pieces of paper, but they don't have the sticky on them. And so these can be used for origami, although I would start with bigger paper than smaller, because smaller is a little bit harder. Most importantly, you just need square paper. And then finally, when you get really good at a fold, you may want to splurge and invest in a little bit of cool, nice origami paper. And origami paper can come in all different patterns, and it's really cool. This is two-sided origami paper. It has a cool pattern on one side, and it has a different color on the other. And origami paper can be pretty expensive, so I never start making a new fold with the good stuff. I always save the good stuff for once I master a fold and I figure out how to do it. Okay? So just use any old paper as long as it's square. All right, let's get started. All right, we're going to start by folding a little puppy dog. It doesn't have to be orange. It can be any color you want. I happen to have a piece of orange paper here, so I'm going to start with this. All right, let's do it. So you're going to need a piece of paper, and you're going to need, if you don't have square paper, you're going to need some scissors. But this is a very simple project. You only need paper for it. So this is a rectangular piece of paper, and we've done this for a few other projects. But in order to make a rectangle and a square, you take this corner and you do it all the way to the bottom, and you fold it down, and then you cut off this edge. And when you cut off this edge, once you cut off this edge, you will have a square piece of paper. So it's that easy. All right, so for the first fold for the puppy dog is you take the first point and you fold it over and you press it down. Now, if you want to get better at origami, you always want to go over your folds. And if you happen to do a bad fold, like you don't get the points together, you want to do it like that, then it's just paper. So don't smush it up and throw it away. Don't be wasteful. Just redo it. It's just paper, and this is just practice. The first time you do any fold, you're probably going to mess up. All right, so we have it folded in half, and then we're going to fold it in half again. We're going to put this point over to this point right here. And sometimes the folds, you have to kind of tell the paper where to go. You have to bend it. You see how I'm going over the folds? This is called creasing the folds. If you want, you can use the back of the soft side of the scissors, not the metal, because that'll rip the paper, and you can do it that way if you want. All right, so now we have this. So then this is a matter of preference. We're going to make the ears now. So it doesn't really matter where you do it, it's how you like it. So what I do is I take the middle line and I put my finger, maybe I take one finger and I put it right there, and I fold it right along there. So that's one of the ears, okay? And now I'm going to take my other finger on this side, and I'm going to try to match, okay? So I'm trying to match the same angle. So I want this ear to look about the same angle as that ear. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? And then we're going to take this little bottom edge and we're going to fold it up for the nose. And here is our puppy dog. Of course, we're going to need a marker. So you can take a marker, you can start with a pencil if you want, and you want to put an eye on it. And you can make them as fun as you want. And then for the nose right here, you just kind of want to color it in like that. All right. And if you want, you could even cut a little piece of pink or red and put a little tongue on it. All right, there's our puppy dog. All right, now it's time to fold a kitty cat. All right, so we're going to start with a piece of paper, square paper. All right, I'm going to fold it in half diagonally. I'm going to take this point and put it to that point. I put my finger on the 2 points and I push my finger to the back and then out to each side, and I go over my crease. All right, so now I'm going to open it, and you see that middle line right there? I'm going to take this point and go just to the middle line. All right? I know I don't want to go over the middle line, just to the middle line. All right? And then, oh gosh, I forgot how to do it. All right, so I take this point and I go to the middle line, and then I fold it over. And you should be able to fold it over if you just went to the middle line, okay? So you fold it over. So now it just looks like a triangle again. And then I'm going to take this bottom point and fold it up to this line right here. Fold that up right there. I don't know if you can see that. Okay? Okay, when you have that, now you fold it in half again. So the point, you want to take this point and fold it across to that point. So you get those points marked up, lined up together. And again, sometimes you have to kind of push the paper where you want it. So you want that to be even. And then you just open it up. You just folded it in half because you want this center line. And then you're going to fold this top edge right along that center line. You see how I'm doing that? So before I smush it down, I'm going to line it up. And then I'm going to go nice and slow, all right? When you're doing origami, you really want to go slow. So now I'm going to take this top edge and fold it to the center line. And this will be a little easier because I'm going to meet up with the other one. And I'm going to fold it down. And you know you did it right if you have a square, right? There you go, you have a square. Okay, now we're going to take this top part and we're going to fold over just a little bit. All right, just about 1 inch. So that's about the halfway mark. About 1/4 right there. Just a little bit, okay? And then when we're going to use these little angles right here to fold this up, we want to match that angle. Do you see what I did right there? So I'm going to do that again. So we fold this over, and then we're going to use these 2 angles to fold these up, and those are our kitty cat ears. So we're going to take this and fold it right along this edge right there. All right? You see how you fold that right there? It all fits together like a puzzle piece. You see that? You fold it right there. Okay, now let's turn it around. Here is our little kitty cat. But of course we're going to do some eyes on it, right? So you can do any kind of eyes you want, or you can do it how I do it. But there's all kinds of ways to do eyes. Sometimes you want to put little eyelashes on it. And then for a nose, I like to do a little heart sometimes. But you don't have to do a heart. And then you do a little smile here. and some whiskers. But how you do it is up to you. But here we go. There's our little kitty cat. All right?